What's up everybody, it's your boy Hokage here, welcome to the video. In case you haven't read the chapter, I'm gonna have it in the pinned comment of this video because it did come out pretty early, like always. And anyway, later on, once this chapter comes out in the Shonen Manga Plus app, make sure to read it so that way you're, effectively supporting the official release. That's what I'm gonna do later. There might be some other ways of reading Boruto, I guess officially. You can do any of these other ways if you know them, but my suggestion is to just read it on the Shonen Manga Plus app. Anyway, before I get into the review, I want to say special thanks to Different. She made the thumbnail of this video. The thumbnail is so clean, guys. It's just incredible. KAGUYA and Jigen. I mean, you saw it. I'm going to have her Twitter in the description of this video. Make sure to follow her because she does a lot of Boruto content on Twitter and a lot of fan art, stuff like that. Anyway, without any further ado, let's review this amazing chapter of Boruto. Now, I actually took some notes, so that's why I'm gonna look there a couple of times throughout the video. I don't do this usually, but I'm in Europe. Most of you are from America. We're in completely different time zones, and basically, I was waiting the entire night for this chapter. I fell asleep around 5 a.m. I had my alarm set at 6 a.m. It didn't wake me up because I haven't slept at all. And now it's 11:23 a.m. The chapter came out like 2 hours ago. I'm still kind of I'm tired. I'm not thinking too clearly, okay? So that's why I have some notes. Anyway, let's cover this chapter page by page pretty much. Now, at the start, we have this highly anticipated scene between Kurama and Kawaki, and honestly, I never made a proper prediction as to what was going to happen between them, but I thought that that Kurama was gonna think that Kawaki's acting suspiciously, that he's gonna betray Naruto or something like that. Like, obviously he is supposed to watch over Kawaki, that was given to him by others, but no, he actually had a pretty deep conversation with Kawaki. He pretty much pointed out that Naruto and Kawaki are pretty similar. They were both vessels. Now, I'm not gonna cover this too much because I've talked about Naruto and Kawaki, their relationship and their similarities multiple times in the past. Overall, just to kind of repeat this, I guess, when it comes to, in terms of writing, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, and it just shows the greatness of Naruto's character and, how he overcame all these circumstances, these difficult circumstances. It's truly inspiring. And I honestly can't wait to see this in the anime format, because we're probably going to have a soundtrack. We might even see a couple of more flashbacks. Obviously, the manga is monthly. It's not like Ikemura was going to draw 5 pages of Naruto's childhood, right? That would be completely dumb. We did see a panel or two or whatever, maybe more. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, extremely emotional start to the chapter. And don't even get me started on the fact that Kawaki started crying. That shit hit me so hard because Kawaki, I love Kawaki's character. At this point, everybody does, pretty much everybody. His character development so far in the Boruto series is incredible. And it's not like he's been here for too many chapters. So, this scene, the parallels between Naruto and Kawaki in general, beautiful. Anyway, we saw a training scene. Kawaki is pretty advanced. He learns quickly, just like Boruto. It made me laugh. Seeing Naruto's reaction to Boruto saying how he also mastered the chakra control pretty easily, because obviously it was harder for Naruto. I just thought that was hilarious, and it did bring back some nostalgic memories from the Land of Waves arc, Zabu's arc, whatever. That's my favorite, all-time favorite Naruto/Boruto arc, by the way. So yeah, now at one point, as Sarada was watching, the Hokage and everybody, she pointed out that Kawaki gets special treatment or something like that. She did kind of seem jealous. Later on, she teased Boruto, and that's fine. They often tease each other, but she was kind of awkward at that moment as well. Obviously, she wants to become the Hokage. We all know that that's her dream, and it's natural that she's I mean, I don't know if she was jealous, but like you saw it, she was kind of awkward, okay, kind of awkward in this chapter. I think it's natural, but like that teasing part when she teased Boruto and when Mitsuki like exposed her, like I just thought it was weird. Like, Sarada is when it comes to the next generation, my second favorite next gen character. It goes like this: number 1 Boruto, number 2 Sarada, number 3 Kawaki. Like I love Sarada, but she was definitely kind of off in this chapter. To mention Chocho for a second, she made some comments about Kawaki. But yeah, nothing to talk about there. I just wanted to point out her behavior. Shikamaru, which is completely understandable, thinks that Kawaki might do something against the village at one point. And that's Shikamaru, alright? Shikamaru is the smartest guy. He was talking with Sai about that. And I don't know if it was Shikamaru or Sai, but somebody mentioned how Naruto is naive. And I think that this could be some type of foreshadowing that his naiveness, is that even a word? Correct me if it's not a word. That his naiveness is gonna cost him one day. I'm pretty sure that's not a word. The fact that Naruto is naive might cost him a lot one day. It pretty much foreshadows that. Maybe, okay? This isn't a factual statement. It's just how I see it. Obviously, Naruto isn't the main character of this series anymore, so he might get defeated pretty heavily. He might even die. I personally think that he will be alive by the end of the series, meaning that even if he dies, he's going to be revived somehow. So yeah, I'm not going to get into that. That's not the topic of this video. We get a short scene with Sasuke, seeing all these patterns on the wall, and later on we see that they represent these different Otsutsuki's, how everybody had a pair, like out of everybody who came to the earth. We had Momoshiki, Kinshiki, Kaguya, and somebody else. Now, once Jigen has absorbed the Jubi chakra, he looked like that Otsutsuki, and Sasuke even said that in the translation that I read. Maybe, because I think there was one mistake in this chapter. I'll say it later. But he said he looks like the Otsutsuki from before. So that still doesn't confirm that he's the actual Otsutsuki. What if he takes his form once he absorbs the Jubi chakra? Maybe that Jubi is from that other Otsutsuki. I know it sounds kind of strange, and everybody's pointing towards Jigen being an Otsutsuki, but I still don't want to confirm it 100% in my head, especially because of his straight out black eyes. The Otsutsuki's don't look like that. In fact, they have Byakugans, they have bright eyes, they don't have black eyes. And it's just overall something about his design. Maybe he's some other type of celestial being. Anyway, that confirms that Kaguya came to the earth with a partner, by the way, so that's huge. I mean, it doesn't confirm it really, but it does make sense, because we had like Momoshiki, Kinshiki, Kaguya, and this other guy, and like 2 more for some other Tsuki members, probably Urashiki and somebody else. I might cover that in a different video, but yeah, I still don't want to say that Jigen is 100% an Otsutsuki, because maybe he just looks similar to that Otsutsuki once he absorbs the chakra. I mean, remember how Obito looked when he became the 10th Hill Shinjuriki. So yeah, now that I remembered that, I'm even more sure that Jigen isn't that Otsutsuki. But I could be wrong. Maybe he's the Otsutsuki, okay? A very unique one, mind you, because his eye design, it's pretty unique. I don't think we ever saw something like that in the Naruto franchise. So yeah, Sasuke is in a pretty tough place. Again, one thing that was mentioned in this chapter, and it could be a mistranslation, because that sometimes happens, but when Jigen, I guess, greets the Ten Tails or whatever, this other Ten Tails, he said, "It's still early for you to eat me," and then he takes some of its chakra for now. Yeah, just wanted to point that out. He said that he has to complete the vessel first. We don't know why Kawaki is so important in his plans or whatever, but that's gonna be revealed later on in the series. Now I'm just looking at my notes here. Boruto, I think he said that he doesn't sleep pretty well recently. He's been kind of feeling strange. I mean, that's when I think Sarada teased him or whatever. On the other hand, Kawaki is pretty good. He even pointed that out. So yeah, that's an interesting fact right there. We'll see if it's something relevant later on in the next couple of chapters, I guess. The Byakugan seal was mentioned. Naruto says, yo, okay, it has that shape or whatever, but still it's ninjutsu. But the moment Mitsuki said, excuse me, my parents said that there's more to it, I immediately knew that Byakugan seal was going to be incredibly important in this series. And that means that Tsunade and Sakura are going to get more spotlight in Boruto than I anticipated. And I'm just happy about that. Excuse me, I'm just waiting on that Uzumaki theory of mine to be correct, that there are some Uzumaki survivors who are going to be pretty relevant in the Boruto series. Because, you know, the Boruto series is, focuses so much on sealing jutsus, the anime as well. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that now. I made a theory video. I even made a second theory video with Shino Bintrill like a year ago on his channel. So, like, I'm not going to talk about that right now. But anyway, yeah, obviously, I put a separate note just for this. It's not like I was going to forget it, but it was so important that I put it as a separate note. I just put brother as a note. Beautiful. Beautiful growth in Boruto as well, because at first he didn't properly accept Kawaki, which was completely understandable. I mean, a random kid comes into your house, right? But beautiful. Like, just beautiful. I'm not going to say anything else. Anyway, Sasuke and Jigen are, I guess, gonna fight in the next chapter, but I think there was a mistranslation at the end. At the end, Mitsuki and Boruto have this conversation about the karma seal. Mitsuki asks, what if it stays there forever, or whatever. And on the side, like the side text, it says, I think it says Boruto and Mitsuki are heading towards Jigen's location. I think that's a mistranslation, because some people who are translating this chapter, I guess, we're saying how they're heading towards Tsunade to ask her about info. Like, you remember that Sakura said that she will ask Sakura about the Byakugan seal as soon as she comes home. She's doing that. Kawaki is doing something else, something probably connected to the vase. We saw the vase again in this chapter. I talked about it multiple times in the past. It's some type of foreshadowing that something between Himawari and Kawaki is going to happen. But anyway, Kawaki's doing that. Sakura is probably going home. I don't know what Naruto is doing. And you have Boruto and Mitsuki alone going to Jigen? That's just illogical. That doesn't make sense. I mean, Naruto fought Delta for multiple chapters. Himawari nearly died. If it wasn't for Kawaki, who knows what would have happened. And Jigen is at least 5 times stronger than Delta. So, like, it wouldn't make sense for Naruto to just let those two go together, like, alone, I should say. So, it could be a mistranslation at the end. As for the rating of this chapter, in case they actually went to Tsunade, which makes sense, I'm going to give this chapter a 10 out of 10 because it's a flawless chapter. I don't even think that I need to explain myself here. But in case they actually got the permission to go to Jigen alone, which is like, I don't want to say it's a plot hole, but Naruto isn't an idiot to let them go alone to Jigen. But anyway, if that's the case, I'm going to give it a 9 because that doesn't make sense. You can make an argument that, yeah, they actually are going to Jigen, but Naruto, in like a couple of minutes or whatever, is going to catch up with them because he's quicker. Even if that's the case, they should have made it clear in the chapter. It wasn't properly explained, if that's the case. And still, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. But I think it's a mistranslation. But honestly, guys, perfect chapter. Apart from that, I mean, if it's a translation, it's still perfect. So either 10 or 9, we'll see once the official translation comes out. That was your boy Tomo Hokage. Let me know what you think about this chapter in the comment section of this video. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and second channel links are in the description of this video. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.